The last 7 days, we've seen some insane volume when it comes to meme coins in the crypto market. And what is actually really promising about this is SHIB is still remaining high in this other metric. And I want to show you guys exactly what I mean, but I do also want to give you guys an update on where we're at for the month so far in terms of fundamentals. This might give us a little gauge of where we might be headed as the month progresses. So if you guys are new or haven't already, show your support for the channel down below. Hit that subscribe button, that bell. It's free to do. It'll keep you updated anytime there's new content live here on the channel. So like I'd been talking about earlier in my Shiba Inu video, and actually I just noticed something that I want to talk about with you guys too. We're still in that LPS phase. We're still kind of just chopping around, trying to make our way here. And actually what SHIB is doing right now is building a little bit of a broadening wedge. So we'll obviously see what that ends up looking like. And what we may in fact do here in terms of price, remember, there's nothing wrong with retesting the bottom here. We may actually come down. We may see this 20-day moving average extend kind of out to the end of this. This shows this being completed by next Thursday. Maybe that's when the market breaks out in a big way, but this is exactly what we did last year. The last time we had this ascending wedge we were building, we had this breakout, we had this retest. That time we actually got a little negative news and we dropped, but obviously that led to a nice extension in terms of SHIB. Maybe we do that exact same thing and we come back down, get to the tip here, get a little bit of pause, and then maybe that's the way things go, right? That's just me speculating. I'm not saying that has to happen for sure. We're also at the point where the way the market is set up, we could just have a burst, frankly, at any time. Like we've talked about many times before, exchange reserves are incredibly low. We're still seeing a huge push by whales. And actually, just to give you guys a little bit of an idea here, this is where we're at for the month so far. So in the month of July, through the 14th now, we've seen 1.57 trillion SHIB accumulated by whales. This is net flows. So that is a great sign. This is right now on pace to be one of the lower months we've seen from the year, but we'll just have to watch and wait and see how the month progresses. Same thing in terms of exchange supply net flow, only 700 billion in outflows this month so far, on pace right now to be one of the lowest months of the year. But I will say that the trends for this year have been very good. They've been very consistent. Whales buying, exchange supply dropping. And this is exactly what can help lead us to a pretty sizable Shiba Inu breakout. And I'll get to this more here in just a moment. But one thing I did want to point out here too is, in terms of this ETHBTC chart, just watch where we're at here, guys. This thing gives me such PTSD, and I really hope that we don't get this drop, but again, we'll just have to wait and see how the market decides to react now. Obviously, we're getting some profit taking, we're getting some long leverage liquidations, but again, shorts are still kind of in the way here. Now, something I wanted to mention for meme coins in general is we've actually eclipsed $70 billion in daily trade or in trading volume over the last 7 days. That is a sizable amount, and we have not seen volume this high since all the way back in the fall of last year. And that is very promising because you need volume to move the markets. You need excitement to move the markets. And obviously you need a lot of excitement to move meme coins. And what I found very interesting here is that actually when we look at these most visited meme coins in terms of the crypto space, you guys can see there's a bunch of ones that most of us have never heard of here. Well, actually that Manu's been doing pretty well. I've seen a couple people talk about that. Phoenix, Chill House, obviously Pengu's been doing incredibly well, but Shiba Inu actually rounds out the 5th spot here. So yes, right now it's actually more visited on Coinbase than Doge, more visited on Coinbase than Pepe, than Bonk, than the Trump meme coin, right? That is very interesting. And I'm not saying that this trend always has to be the case or has to continue or anything like that, but there are a lot of people that are paying attention to SHIB right now because, guys, we're still in pretty big discounts. We're still obviously very descended from our highs in multiple parts of this market cycle, from our highs of last market cycle, which, guys, for anybody that's negative, that's what opportunity is, right? That's the best time to accumulate and build your position. As always, this isn't financial advice. You can do whatever you want, but things just continue to remain good in the market. Hopefully they sometime turn great soon. So I appreciate you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts below, but have a great day. Catch you guys in the next one. Take care.